Welcome to the Social Smarty Scoop, your weekly roundup of all the social media marketing news and updates you need to know for the week ending 28th of October 2024. Let's dive on in. First up this week, Instagram has confirmed that it's okay to use your own logo on Reels, just not TikTok or YouTube's logos. Now, it was actually a response to a question. The head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, has confirmed that if you do use your own logo on your Reels, then that is absolutely fine. Now, previously, Instagram has made it clear that if your Reels have watermarks, then you can expect to have your reach reduced. So you won't reach as many people if you're posting videos that have watermarks. Now, reading between the lines, we all assumed this meant if you were downloading your videos from TikTok or YouTube and the watermark was embedded by the platform. Now, Adam has confirmed that if you're using your own logo as a watermark, then that is absolutely fine. But what he said is, let me get this word for word, what we, meaning Instagram, try to do is not recommend Reels with logos from other apps. So, if you are downloading your videos from TikTok, from YouTube, they will have those platforms' watermarks, so it is time to stop. Now, the tool that I use instead to download my videos from other platforms to repurpose them as Instagram Reels is from Publer. Now, Publer is my favorite social media scheduling tool, and they have a free downloader tool which you can use. It will remove the watermark. It will download the video in its entirety with the audio. I will pop a link to this tool in the show notes, but I highly recommend you use that rather than downloading from the apps themselves. But if you are just adding your own logo to your Reels, you are good to go. Next up this week, Instagram will now tell you why your Reels performed so well. So if you share a Reel to Instagram and it gets better than your typical reach, or it performs better than your Reels typically do, then Instagram will now give you some insight into why that happened. Now, the only example that I have seen is that your hook was strong. So it basically showed this reel performed so well because your hook was really good, and basically the first 3 seconds were so strong that people were encouraged to keep watching that reel. Now, I think this is really neat. So this tells us, as I said, why it's performing so well, which then gives us something to replicate so that moving forward we can create better and better reels. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this one rolling out. Now, Threads is working on a new community feature, and it appears to allow users to group together around particular topics and interests. So think of it like a subreddit. So you can come together and share content around a particular topic, and that content is all grouped together. Now, there's not a lot of detail around this, and Threads hasn't publicly shared any information yet. This was actually spotted by a reverse engineer who found the information within the app itself. So it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out, but I can see that this would be quite a cool feature over on Threads. Instagram has published a guide to DMs, or direct messages. It's full of tips, tricks, features that you might not be using. Now, we know that Instagram is really pushing DMs and trying to get us to spend more time in there, or maybe it's more reacting to the fact that people are spending more time in the DMs on Instagram than they are typically scrolling their feed or watching stories. I know in my own use, I spend a lot of time in a group chat over on Instagram. So it makes sense that Instagram has given us a little bit more information about features and how we can use them. I will pop a link to this guide in the show notes. Threads is rolling out the ability to see your insights or your analytics in the mobile app. So it was really great when Threads gave us insight into our content so we could see how many people had seen it, all of the typical analytics or insights that we're used to on the other platforms. But up until now, that has only been available in the desktop version. So now we'll be able to see our insights on the mobile app, which is really great. Meta and GoFundMe have teamed up to streamline social media donations with new integrations. Now, one of the key updates is that when you share a post sharing your GoFundMe fundraiser, it will be dynamic, meaning that as the funds grow, then that will be reflected in the post. It will be like a live update of how much has been raised for that GoFundMe, which I think is really cool. Now, YouTube has added poll stickers for shorts. Now, shorts are those vertical videos very similar to Reels or TikToks, which we're used to sharing on Instagram and TikTok. So now with our YouTube shorts, we can get a little bit more interactive and add poll stickers just like we do with Instagram stories. And lastly this week, TikTok is copying an Instagram feature that allows you to add posts you're mentioned in to your stories. So just like on Instagram, we get a notification to say that we have been mentioned in a post and we can very easily share that out to our stories. We can now do the same thing over on TikTok. There we have it. Those are your social media updates for the week ending the 28th of October 2024. As always, I would love to continue the conversation. Come and find me all over social media at socialsmarty.co. Until next week, stay social.